I'm here to honestly say that being called a titty streamer really does not bother me. Growing up, I was labeled a lot of things. A lesbian, man, towelhead, abyad, which is Arabic for white, terrorist. I was called a prude and a slut in the same day sometimes. In a lot of ways, my life was a giant contradiction. Like, I was battling internally with myself 24/7. I really didn't know where exactly I belonged and if I belonged anywhere. I was raised Muslim, but I was also brought up in the public school system. I look white, but my father was Lebanese. On top of that, all of my interests were wrong, or according to other people, my interests were wrong. I hated Barbies, and I didn't really understand makeup at the time, and to me, my chest was an inconvenience. All I wanted to do was play lacrosse and hockey, and I wanted to play on the boys' team. It created this inner confusion with myself as to what exactly to label myself. I wasn't really a Muslim, but I wasn't really an atheist. My identity as a human being, a lot of people saw me as very masculine. They saw me as butch, whereas I just saw myself as wanting to do what I wanted to do. But what are you trying to say, Anisa? Are you getting somewhere with this? Are we going somewhere? Yes, we're going somewhere. I swear to you, this has a purpose. I had a lot of self-esteem issues when it came to who I was as a person, because why is it so unacceptable? Why was I so different? Why couldn't I fit myself into the boxes that everybody else had been fitting themselves into? Why couldn't I just slap a label on myself and be okay with it? I was frustrated. I was so torn, and I felt like my identity had been pulled in so many different directions that I kind of had like a breakdown, I suppose, and I tried to fit myself into a more idealistic label of what I should be. I tried to quit sports. I started wearing more makeup, I started wearing expensive clothing, I pursued modeling, and I stopped eating pretty much completely. This was probably me at my least happiest. I was miserable, and in university. I threw my religion completely away and identified as an atheist. It confused me, especially because when people saw me in public, I was considered normal, or you're white, why are you Muslim? Those are the questions that I used to get. And instead of trying to battle with myself on it, it became way easier to label myself one thing than the other. I began working in a bar. I served alcoholic drinks all night. I went home at 4 a.m. and had to be walked to my car. I had become essentially everything that I thought I was supposed to be. But at the end of the day, I was still incredibly unhappy. It wasn't until my second year of university, when I took a comparative religion course, that I had a giant epiphany. For those of you who don't know, comparative religion is looking at religion from a historical and critical point of view. It's not looking at it in rose-colored glasses, it's looking at it as to why it was necessary at the time, why the religion was formed, and why there were so many followers, essentially. It's basically an atheist guidebook to understand why religion exists. As I was sitting through this lecture, the professor was talking about how religions are essentially labels for society, ways for us to group up people in boxes and be able to understand and comprehend and digest the world as it is. And that's when it hit me. Labels are meant for people to develop an understanding for the world around them, why things are the way that they are, and why they agree or disagree with them. Black and white is something that is very common in Western ideals in general. It's pretty much meant to keep things organized and help people go throughout their day. It's easy to look at somebody and put them in a box and never think about it again. It's a very common thing that we do in society. However, just like religion, labels can be incredibly constrictive and can stop people from really reaching their full potential when it comes to self-exploration and also self-acceptance and individuality. Just like religion, it makes you feel like if you don't belong to one label, you should belong to another. Furthermore, you should hate other labels for particular reasons. It's a very common thing that you see throughout life. Unfortunately for human beings, we very strongly identify with these labels. It causes not only inner clashing, but it also causes outer clashing with other human beings. And that's pretty much when I realized that all of my self-esteem issues came from me having this desire to sit into a box and to fit perfectly into it. All I wanted in life was to be something that was accepted, something that was easily dismissed. And I realized how wrong that was. You're a human being. You're not supposed to fit in a fucking box. There's shit that happens in life that makes you who you are. And you're never going to fit into one of those boxes. And basically what I had learned is until I accepted that I don't belong to any sort of label, that I will never be exactly what people want me to be, that's when I became happy. That's why when somebody comes onto my channel and tells me that I'm a titty streamer, I understand that that's okay, because that's how they go about their life. That's how they understand the world. That's how we all do it. We all label people and things and theories and ideas. We put them into boxes and we keep them there, and that's okay. But you have to understand that some people are going to want to look further. Some people are going to want to look past the labels that they've originally given you, and those are the people worth having in your lives. Those are the people worth having in your audience. That is what true happiness is. That is what true self-understanding and self-awareness and self-acceptance is. It's understanding that you're going to be labeled and you're going to be put in a box, and that's okay. Because you know you're more than that box, and you know that some people are going to want to look further into that box. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching my shit today. I'll be making more of this. I really appreciate the support that I've been getting lately. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. That's all for today, motherfuckers.